It used to be that if you ever went into showcase mode that it just crashed your game. Alright, so we just missed the bounty runes, but we do see that 2 of them go to each team. And Mossy takes the one at bottom. And over at top it was Timbersaw to take it away from the Faceless Void. So it will be Timbersaw versus Void in the top lane. And maybe a roaming support combo. Meanwhile, at bottom, Merjubi will be solo against the tri-lane from Salty. So we'll just get our... Nope. Yes. Alright, get everything set up there. Xeroscope should be very fine on the mid lane. She's going to start trying to do the damage to him. And I guess I should probably end by introducing the Dynamo here. So Sheik will be playing the Mirana. We've got Gizmo on the Shadow Demon. G Milla, the Ice Coal, playing the Bloodseeker in the mid lane. And then finally at top is going to be Da Panino playing the Timbersaw. So finally we get through our players, and I guess I was so happy about showcase mode being fixed. Oh, at bottom, it'll be a disruption out, but Mossy's already doing some good damage out onto Gizmo. Arrow coming through, but it hits onto literally nothing, and that will be the first blood taken by Groves as they find it out onto Gizmo. But now Mac the Knife, he's trying to fight against himself. Merjubi just with one hit, and that ends up being the difference. Now he leaves YS to his own devices here. And Merjubi will start to chase him down. Arrow comes through on the money from Sheik, and that will be a double kill. Easy catch cut for Ursa on the bottom lane. I think my microphone is being a little bit crappy right now, but hopefully it will be fixed. But already Ursa is getting some damage done at bottom. Just a little bit far with the positioning there, and the fact that Mossy wasn't really able to help meant that it was a very easy kill onto the Ogre. No juke onto the Arrow means that it was pretty easy for Ursa to get a lot of kills there. Mossy is still farming up as best as he can at bottom, and we are going to have a disconnect. Maybe he tried to go into showcase mode. I don't know. Showcase mode. I was so happy to be able to use it, but apparently that button spells death. That used to happen to me all the time. Like if you went in showcase mode, the graphics would crap out, and you just couldn't go into it ever. I think eventually they fixed that. Now there's a Sentry Ward over at bottom, and Mossy should know about it if they start to go onto him. Merjubi getting a little bit low, but he does have the healing salve available, and he'll just start using it right now. I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss any kills here, even with all the random crashes that I've been getting. Merjubi back into the lane with full health. Mossy is starting to get a little bit low, and he definitely can't go toe-to-toe with the Ursa Bear, especially when he could be underneath the Sentry Ward. Brought it up to level 2. Going for the leap next, I guess, to just secure another kill. Hastering on the mid lane, making it difficult for Lone Druid to really do anything with the Bloodseeker, and he'll keep running around, unfortunately not spotting out YS over towards the south. And there will also be a rotation in by Mirana, looking for the arrow. Stun comes through. Mac will be able to be there as well. There's the Sunray, and they are going to be doing so much damage to the Bloodseeker. He has the Blood Rage on himself for quite a while, taking so much damage there, and of course the Ogre so easily able to soak up the tower damage there. That is quite a bit of armor for him. 8+1, man. Seems balanced. And, yep, they'll go and pop the Shrine over bottom just to get a lot of mana back now. Gizmo ready with the... this is just so good. Like, there's absolutely no way that they can hit an arrow here out in the Xeroscope with the bear blocking it out. But actually, oh, what an arrow by Mirana. Just as I was saying that they couldn't do it, I guess I do have sort of a caster's curse there. And the arrow on the money. The bear was, I guess, occupied with some other things. The recall didn't come out fast enough, and the Lone Druid dies in the mid lane, so pretty early death on him. But he's still been actually not doing all that well. They are just sitting at 8 last hits apiece on at mid. So maybe looking to them trying to get a few more last hits in there. But I guess it's just more of a harass game at mid. Definitely do want to get a lot more farm on the Lone Druid as this game goes on, though. Oh, CS lol. I always have to comment on that because I don't know. I hate that animation canceling thing. I understand that apparently good players do it, but I don't. I just do like a bunch of right clicking to try to cancel my attacks, which is probably inefficient, but I left hit fine enough. So I just consider that animation canceling to be like a try hard sort of thing to do. And then I have to make fun of them when they can't get the last hit because it looks so silly. Like you're like, ah, ah, ah. Oh no, I missed. And that was a very interesting description of that kind of process, I'm sure. Gizmo taking a lot of damage from Mossy, but he's very low mana right now. He's only got 1 or 2 charges on the Magic Stick. Make it 3, make it 4. He's going to have to get enough for the Shikuchi, which he does, but his illusion's still doing quite a bit to him. And Mossy will not pop right now. He manages to scatter away from the Ursa. And here we go. Arrow comes through on the mid lane. Easily dodged by Xeroscope. Not really causing him any pain there at all, but they're going to have to be careful of these arrows for Mirana because she has shown that she can hit a few of them. Support's rotating over to top lane to help out Destiny, but he clearly doesn't need that much. He is just playing against the creeps here with the Timbersaw rotating away from the lane for now. Up to his arcane boots. Gotta pop those. He sees Mac chasing him in that top lane. Goes out the shotgun, maybe trying to turn it around, but Ogre is here, and there's only so much that the Timbersaw can do. One little smack from the club, but the Ogre really doesn't want to stay there too much at all. In the mid lane, we've got Milla taking a lot of damage. Bear taking the damage from the tower. Probably doesn't want to dive that for too long because he does want to work with the health on the Bear. Bear on brown boots right now. Here comes a Sunray. Lots of damage from the Lone Druid, and he actually walks right back into this one. Bear easily able to find the kill at mid, and that's also going to force out the rotation from both Timbersaw and Mirana, only to try to help save a dying cause. Ursa taking a lot of damage at bottom. He's going to be forced to deal with the Scarab, and he will with the overpower. But Mossy's done quite a bit of work there. Doesn't have enough mana for the time lapse so that he can go for a dive. But he's keeping himself safe. Mac the Knife waiting in the trees outside of the vision of Ursa. They're trying to concentrate their vision mostly around the Radiant Jungle, so maybe Merjubia actually knows about the rotation, but Mac will get seen by Bloodseeker. Rupture available. He really can fly away from this one, and that should be more than enough damage to kill off Mac. I'll take the first Rupture of the game, but that does show Mossy that Bloodseeker's shown up to the bottom lane. So he'll try to keep himself safe, TPing back into the base. Ogre's getting some farm on the mid lane. Getting a nice deny. Can't get that last hit. Can he get this one? Oh, nope. Can't do it. Very close. And over inside the jungle, Gizmo is just thinking to himself. I used to do that a lot in high school. Hashtag no friends. I'm sure he has a lot of friends. I'm sure he's a perfectly normal human being. Arrows coming through on the mid lane. Blocked by the creep wave. Probably not the smartest of arrows to throw out there. And we've got a lot of heroes on low health at this mid lane. Salty stepping up. Here comes Gizmo with the disruption. Does pretty low on mana, but he could just go for the Timber Chain through. Wise trying to get away, but the Starfall will be knocking him down. Here comes the Chronosphere, pretty much solo onto the Timbersaw. Can he actually heal through this one? No, the Bashword comes through. Destiny finds a kill. He might want a little bit more, though. Bear coming in from the side, and G Milla, he wants to get the Rupture on the Mac. Can his team save him? There is the... No Savage Roar available for the Lone Druid, and Mac decides to spend a little bit of that health to do some damage to these mid lane heroes. Oh, there's the root on the button from Xeroscape, and they might want a little bit more. Mossy arrives to the mid lane to chase down G Milla. G Milla trying to get out, got the Scarab on him. Mossy chasing him down a little bit more. He's going underneath a tier 2 tower, but he's got to be really careful. Also Mirana in from the side. Timbersaw doing some damage here. Merjubi showing up as well. That's a Timber Chain out into space. Unfortunately does not connect onto space. And Mossy is a little bit low on mana in behind the tower. Uses that last little bit to Shikuchi away, creating some distance between him and Central. They'll pop the smoke. Smoke hits on nothing, though. It's just a little bit of party smoke. And and well, currently faces Lord at the top of the CS, but it is him and the Lone Druid at the top of the net worth for now. Now we've got Gizmo. He tried to go on a warding mission, but he wasn't even able to put that down. Mossy with the Arcane Rune turns around, does the damage, and kills off Gizmo. And we see Ursa going for the first item, Helm of the Dominator. That is definitely one of the big hero items of 7.00. Just gives you so much as a hero, so much regeneration, pulling around creep with you. It's actually so excellent. At the beginning of the patch, I even saw teams like Infamous building it up on support heroes. Things like the Undying going for Helm of the Dominator, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. When you think about the health regen that it gives you. Merjubi chased down by the bear. Bear will root. Bear doing damage to bear. Bear on bear action. Here comes Destiny. He's not got a whole lot of mana, and the TPs will come through. Merjubi staying alive with the Enrage, but Mossy showing up here as well. Interesting engagement from Groves as they do a couple of strange things at top. Maybe start to push that tower. Meanwhile, the supports are doing some work at mid. Gizmo could get chased down. Merjubi should be there to help. Enrage is up in 30 seconds. Destiny has enough mana for a Chronosphere, and he might just put it out here. He's underneath the shock and has to be careful. The tower also doing damage to him. Lone Druid walks into the Chronosphere. Mirana ultimate getting used here, forcing Groves away. And Mossy wants to be careful of this one. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker's also at top, so if there's going to be any more of an engage from Groves, they really have to be careful about it. Throwing out the Scarabs to Timbersaw. Maya showing up as well. They have a lot of heroes here in full force. TP comes through from Mirana. She could throw out an arrow, but they're getting chased down by a Sunray right now. And before that disruption comes out, Xeriscape manages to find the kill onto the Shadow Demon. Not very tanky here. There, Xeriscape did get hit with the Rupture, and Ursa easily cleans up that kill. Now Mac the Knife trying to stay alive. He's not up to level 6 just yet. He just needs one creep or two just to get up to level 6. Mossy, though, he's chasing down G-Milla, and he's burning out, and, well, the arrow hits. But Mossy is completely fine. Actually, he's going for another kill out the Mirana. He goes forward. They might have wanted to try to keep him back, but Merjubi and Gizmo, they're not being able to find the kills here. Now, he's actually going to get hit with the Shikuchi, but he's only got eyes for YS, so they kill him on the high ground there. But Mossy gets away with murder there. Dynamo wanting to step up. He's got a couple wards in his backpack. It's really the only reason for him to step up to that cliff there, especially when his team is backing up away from the fight. Interesting fight there on the top lane. Slight net worth edge going the way of Central. I guess the important thing is that they kept their tower up. Looking at our gold on Xeriscape, he's not actually got all that much. He needs to get up there in the net worth a little bit more. And maybe he's able to kill off the tower. Bear actually does quite a bit to towers if he tries, but Xeriscape not seeing a whole lot of people on the map. He's just going to feel a lot more comfortable staying inside the jungle and trying to get some farm there. Alright, so Ursa actually went Vlad's instead of the Helm of the Dominator, which I was about to praise him for. I guess I should have known that, seeing the Morbid Mask being in his quick buy. Poor caster doesn't even know that Morbid Mask doesn't build into Helm of the Dominator anymore. Somebody report. Oh, arrow. Very long range out on the Phoenix. And Gizmo starts to move up. Could go for the disruption. Okay, puts out a soul catcher onto YS, but it doesn't seem like they're catching that soul at all. Bloodseeker thinking about chasing them down. He's on phase boots and a PMS right now. While Mossy and Xeriscape start to push in bottom. They can actually push things very quickly here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, YS could get caught out. That will be the disruption. Arrow completely off the mark. Not really sure what he was thinking with that one, but YS, he will be healed up, being extremely tanky for now. Phoenix does get forced away from it, though, and YS surrounded by so much. Doesn't matter that they miss a lot of things. They still kill the Ogre Magi, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't really think that's too huge of a kill for Central, because they're still losing towers bottom. We've got some TPs to the mid lane. There's a lot of things down for just to support Destiny. In with a 3-man Chronosphere. Here comes Mac the Knife. He'll get the Supernova off as well. They're going to get so many stuns off the backside of this one. G-Milla, and he's not actually going to be caught out in time. Mossy doing so much damage to Gizmo. Shakuchi and the Geminate Swarm will come off. Now Mossy wants to go a little bit forward, but he doesn't have so much mana here. Red JB trying to do the damage. Out to Mac the Knife. Dumil getting stuck around here. That's the... Oh no, the bear with the entangle once again on the mark. Destiny getting away from Ursa. He'll try to do as much damage as he can, but it's just not going to be enough. That is 4 kills in the mid lane for Groves, and they probably want to go for more, or at least a tier 1 tower. Mac is pretty low. No Supernova available anymore, but he should be able to heal up with the Tranquil Boots and be completely fine, able to help out on the mid lane with the laser. Sunray. Jeez, couldn't think about the name for a second. It's definitely a laser, though. Pretty sure that's a laser. And the mid tower goes down very easily to the Weaver and Lone Druid again. Lone Druid finding the kill and the money. And he's actually going Radiance first. Maybe he's not going for the Lonely Druid build, even though he's going for a bunch of damage items on his hero. I don't really think that he's going to deviate too much from a normal build, even though we see a lot of Lone Druids lately going for the Dragonlance and Maelstrom build very early. Popping the Shrine here inside the jungle, giving some damage and just getting some health back to the bear. Mana back to Mossy, and they go for a smoke inside their own jungle. What's their vision like here? They're only seeing a couple of heroes at top. If they run over to the high ground there, it's very easy for Central to try to kill them. But instead of going for the high ground, they smoke into the Roshan pit. YS sitting there. The vision for them is pretty good actually around the pit. They see a lot going on. You see that most of the Radiant side are near the top lane. And it's actually a very easy Roshan with the Bloodlust, the Desolator on Weaver, and so much damage and tankiness from the bear. We've got Mossy taking the Aegis, and perhaps they can defend the top lane. Now Ursa trying to put out the damage, but the TPs will come in fast and hard. Destiny getting 2 out inside the Chronosphere, going right for the Mirana. Disruption will hit, but that's just what Gross need to be able to get over to the top lane and start doing some damage. Mossy in from the backside. Desolator doing so much work. Gizmo chased down, and he can't get away from the damage from Xeriscape. These are 2 heroes stuck inside the trees, and they're actually going to get the Savage Roar out onto both to stop those TPs in their tracks. Merjubi doing some nice damage to Xeriscape. Can he actually get him down? They need to take this bear out. Get him away. There is the root coming through. Timbersaw finding something over in the side shop. And the Supernova hits out on the 2. They were just walking right into it. And this is about to be a full 5-man team wipe on the top lane. They are all dead there. Double kill for Mossy to finish it off. And that was just some excellent execution from Grove, starting it up with the Chronosphere and following it up with some huge damage from Mossy, not even getting the Aegis taken away from him. Take a look at that fight recap. 700 gold the way of Groves. They are pretty far ahead at this point. So their few deaths are giving a lot of money back the way of the Dynamo. But they're already starting to work on this tier 2. And Mossy actually getting aggressive on Gizmo. Will be hit with the arrow, but he disrupts it. Oh no, can the Weaver time-lapse it off? He's still got the Aegis, so he's got a lot of damage that he can do here. Mujibi just sitting on him right now. Let's see if he can shat on him. Yeah, Mossy getting away with the Shakuchi, and that's a little bit too fast for the Ursa to follow up on. No Blink Dagger just yet. Only a Leap making him move faster, and that arrow will not be on the mark. Mossy able to just dodge away with it with the Shakuchi. So taking a look at this a little bit more, Lone Druid still on his way to the Radiance. It's taking quite a while for him to get up to that build. He's taken a few deaths here and there, 5, 3, and 7 so far. So he has been getting very involved. It's just not really able to get so much farm. Now you have the Vlads and Yasha on Void. Interesting to see the build, since I don't get to see that hero played very often anymore. It's interesting to see what he decides to build up. Weaver going for the Lincolns right now. Does he have anything else? Oh yeah, he's got the Dragonlance. So I was kind of wondering where that money was going that he was amassing after the team fights. It will be a Dragonlance for him. Bloodstone also finished on Timbersaw. Here comes the gank on the Merjubi. He tries to get away. He'll use the Enrage, but the Chronosphere goes out on the 2. Arrow hits onto nothing. There will be the Rupture out into Mossy, and he's actually going to go away through it. Lots of damage there, and he's been silenced during the damage as well, so it's not like he's going to be able to get the time lapse off. Chakram coming through. Mossy trying to Shakuchi away, and he will be successful. Void stepping up, getting disrupted by Gizmo, but there's still no arrow. Just a couple of faceless Void illusions chasing him down for now. Still a pretty big net worth lead for Groves, and they've got about 12,000 of that right now, nearly about the same in XP. And they're going to start to make a go into that tier 2 tower. Bloodlust out in the bear. This guy attacks very quickly, and Xeriscape looking pretty big as well. Bloodlusted turning into a bear again and again. Going in behind the tower with the Scarabs. They're just trying to force Central away from here. Do not want them to try to defend the tower at all. Can't get the deny off. Very easy. And Mossy, I wasn't even looking at that one, but he easily takes down Gizmo. I guess we could probably expect the Shadow Demon to be dying quite a bit. And immediately Groves go up to the high top lane. I bet everybody's high on the top lane. And eventually Mergibi will be able to get to the Blink Dagger. That's a pretty old school Ursa build. I guess it's still functional. Vlad's is definitely very strong. And Mergibi looking to try to do something here in the top lane. They don't have their full personnel here. Shadow Demon just respawning. And Groves should be able to take this very easily. Pretty much everything is up for them. Chronosphere up in 7. And they're already putting a lot of damage on the Mergibi. You can only do so much here. Mossy, oh, narrowly dodges that arrow. Nice little awareness from him. Not Mossy, though. He's taking a lot of damage from Sheik, but oh no, that's some huge damage. Mossy, unfortunately, ruptured up, had very little mobility around this one, and Faceless Void keeps him inside of that supernova range. Lots of damage out on the Timber, so I don't know if he's going to be able to stay alive here. Tries to get the Timber Chain through. Can they chase him down? Yes, they can indeed. Double kill for Xeriscape. They're chasing him down, and now Gizmo's going to be the last one on his team to fall. Another beautiful fright from Groves. He tried to go for the disruption onto himself, but just could not get off that animation to make things take a little bit longer for Groves. But even then, they can keep pushing this lane in, and the bear TP's back to the base, getting a little bit of health back. Maybe that was just when the Radiance got finished up, I'm not sure. He does have that now. Arrow will come through, hits only onto a creep. Looks like the bear wanted to take that one for the team, but that will be a 22-minute tier 3 tower for Groves, and they want to go for a little bit more. A bit of a problem in focus right now as they're trying to make a decision between the melee and ranged racks, but melee will be the first to fall, followed by the range, and now Gizmo stepping up too far once again. Moonlight Shadow getting used, and they do have vision of him with the dust. YS getting caught out once again. He's very low on mana, trying to be healed up by Phoenix, but the Sunray is not going to be enough. And Phoenix definitely has to get away from the Bloodright of the Bloodseeker. Xeriscape still getting a lot of farm on the map. 2,400 gold after that one. Inside the jungle, Destiny being a little bit greedy, getting hit by an arrow. They know that he's there now. They'll throw out a chakram, start to do a little bit more damage to him, but Destiny is completely fine. Still underneath the Shadow Blade, turns around, goes on the Bloodseeker. Easy kill for him. Mossy showing up to the fight as well. Sheik trying to back away. He can't even get a leap off. Not sure if it was on cooldown. It was on cooldown. Mac getting chased down by a couple of heroes now. Can they even find anything out of this fight? The Icarus dive up in 2 seconds. He should be able to get that off, and so much damage from Mossy. He'll use the timeouts to get himself out of trouble. Look at that one. They're so feared, trying to run away, but they can't even do that, and that is just going to add to a long list of team wipes by Groves. As GG gets called, Groves will win game number 1 of this 2-game set with a pretty good start to their HSL campaign. Finally, the throne dives there. And a pretty convincing victory. Also palindromic, or whatever you call that with numbers. 13-31. Same forwards and backwards. That's making me pretty happy, and I hope that you're happy too, because we've got some more Dota coming up in just a few moments here. Groves currently up 1-0 over Central. I'll be right back, guys.